Hello, Des here and welcome to my channel. Today I want to tell you about my summer faves and I have 10 of them. So if that sounds like your bag, then please keep watching. So let's get straight into my summer faves, and just as a caveat, I think it still is the summer. It's early September. For me, autumn doesn't start till towards the end of September, the last week in September I'd say. So I think it's perfectly fine to talk about summer faves, and actually the weather hasn't been that bad in early September in London. So let's just go with it, trust me. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Welcome if you're new here, welcome back if you've already joined me. Please consider subscribing to the channel, giving me a thumbs up if you enjoy this video, and hitting the notification bell so that you don't miss any more of my uploads. So with that, let's get into it. So my first product is not a beauty related product, although in a way it is. It is non-meat meatballs by Vivera. Yes, I know it sounds really weird, and why would they even call them non-meat meatballs? But quite a lot of us are trying to eat less meat. I know we are as a family. We probably only eat meat twice a week, maybe chicken once a week, and beef or some red meat, maybe even less than once a week actually. And we're always looking for things that we can eat that are not meat related. So when I saw these non-meat meatballs in my local supermarket, I thought, well, I must give them a go. And they are made of various types of vegetable, protein and that sort of thing. I think they're fantastic, and what you do, or what I did with them, was I fried them in a very small amount of oil and then added them to a tomato sauce that I'd made earlier, and we ate that with some spaghetti, and honestly it was so good, really tasty. I have tried corn before, and actually I'm quite a corn convert, if I can say that. And I do find that good for a mince substitute, so if you're making a chili con carne, for example. So I really am a huge advocate of these Vivera non-meat meatballs. My next favourite product is a magnifying mirror. Now I needed a magnifying mirror for my bathroom. I've got one on my dressing table, which I use for makeup, but I wanted something a little bit more magnifying because I've had laser eye surgery and I've got one eye that I can see distance with and one eye for reading. I mean, I can still do both with them sort of, but I do need reading glasses as well. So I do have reading glasses, but that means that when I look in the mirror, let's say I've got a hair in my eye, which I often do find, not just an eyelash, I sometimes find some like random bits of hair in my eyes. Anyway, I couldn't really find them all that easily or see them in my regular magnifying mirror without putting on my readers and then kind of fiddling around and adjusting them and holding the mirror this way and that way. So I thought, well, actually I'm going to get a more magnifiable or magnifying mirror. So I got this 10 by 10 from Amazon, $14.99, very reasonably priced. All the details will be down below for you, by the way. And I hadn't realised how magnifying a 10 by 10 was. I mean, it is super magnifying, so really I can only see into it on the magnifying side if I hold it really close. But the great thing is I don't have to put the readers on, so I can actually now find that pesky hair that's somewhere lodged up, you know, in my eyelid somewhere, and I can see any stray hairs coming out of my chin, which I'm afraid I sometimes do find. In fact, the one hair that I rarely see until it's too late, as it were, is the one in my eyebrow. I have one white hair which I never notice until it drops down because it's so long. And I found out a few years ago that my dad had exactly the same hair in his eyebrows. So I've obviously inherited that from him. Anyway, this mirror is really, really good. I think it's very reasonably priced. As I say, I don't use it for my makeup because it's too... Well, actually, that's not quite true. I do use it for checking my makeup after I've put it on. So I can go to the light, hold that magnifying mirror up and really examine to see if I'm that interested, to see whether the makeup that I've just put on has settled into my fine lines and all that kind of thing, or whether I've got any smears anywhere. So it is good for checking that as well. Anyway, highly recommend that new mirror by Cheftic on Amazon. My third summer favourite for the over 50 woman is a tube of Medicate, and it's Crystal Retinal. I started using their Crystal Retinal and I was on the lowest dose about 2 months ago. I then moved to the number 3, which I'm on at the moment, and I will keep continuing on as far as I can with that particular product. Now, the reason I use it, so it's a form of retinol, but it's a lower strength retinol. It's certainly not tretinoin. It's somewhere towards the lower end of the retinol family, so to speak. The reason I use this is because I've tried a couple of the prescription services, so Skin and Me and Dermatica, neither of which I got on with. So with Dermatica, I didn't see any difference. And with Skin and Me, I reacted quite badly to it, and they both had different combinations of a form of retinol plus some other things like niacinamide or something else. Just didn't get on with them at all. I was asking on a forum run by Nadine Baggott, who's a beauty journalist, whether anybody could recommend, and I was kind of hoping Nadine herself would answer, and she did, can she recommend something for people who have allergies or allergic skin, which is what I have, and I can't wear any scented products and all of that. And she recommended trying the Medicate Crystal Retinal, so that's what I've done. So far so good, no reaction. I started really slowly, I think 2 days a week on the lowest dose, and then started to build that up over time and using it every day. Then when I finished that tube, I thought, well, I'll try the next level up. So I've tried that, and so far so good. Now, the only caveat is that I haven't actually seen any difference in my skin yet, but everything I read about retinol says that you've got to be in it for the long haul. And the other caveat is that I am 67, or nearly 67. So what difference is it going to make to me? Is it going to get rid of all this puckering around here? Is it going to get rid of these crow's feet? I don't think so. But what it could do is slow down the aging process, and that's what I'm hoping for. I think that's all I can hope for, really, with using a product like this. So the jury's out at the moment, but I'm going to keep using it, and if I can, I'll go up to the next level when I finish this tube, and we'll see how we go. So that's my third summer fave, the Crystal Retinal by Medicate. My fourth summer fave is these fantastic sunglasses. Now look at these beauties, aren't they fabulous? Aren't they just fabulous? They are made, I'm just going to leave them on for a bit because I just love wearing them. They are made by a company called Expressive Cherry, and the reason I found out about them was because I follow a woman called Linda Holman Evans, or as she's known on Instagram, at Behind the Woman, and I'll link her handle down below for you. And she has a fantastic channel. I urge you to follow her. She's so good, or rather not channel, account on Instagram. And she was promoting these glasses, and she had a discount code, but they were only £15 in the first place. I mean, how reasonable is that? And I did use the code, and I got them for about £13. I absolutely love them. They are really, really sturdy. They feel and look so much more expensive, and I'm absolutely delighted with them, and I've been living in them all summer. So that's my fourth fave, the Expressive Cherry Purdy sunglasses. My fifth fave for the over 50 woman is this hairbrush. Now you'll have to forgive me. Obviously I'm going to put an image beside me so you can see it in all its glory. But this is the hairbrush. It's got lots of hairs in it, so sorry about that. It is an absolutely fantastic hairbrush called Manta. And I came across this on another YouTuber that I follow called Caroline Barnes. She had promoted it. I don't know whether it was a favourite. I'll try and find the video and link it down below for you. Because I have been using the famous Tangle Teaser and I found it okay. It was quite convenient. It was good that it fitted in the palm of your hand. But this is such a clever design in so many ways. So first of all, it's rubbery. So it's pliable. You can see it's pliable. It's got a little handle which you can hold to brush your hair. I'm not going to brush my hair because otherwise I'm going to spoil what's left of the curl that I put in this morning. Well, actually, I suppose I could do the top. But it's also rubbery here. The bristles are rubbery. I don't know if you can hear that. And so it's really, really soft on the hair. So if I just do a little bit there, maybe you can see. It's just fantastic. It just glides through the hair and without breaking at all. Now, I don't know about you, but I think as an over 50 woman, I have been losing my hair quite a bit, although I am taking supplements for that. And if you want to have a video on my supplements, then please let me know in the comments below. In fact, let me know in the comments below about anything that I've covered on this in this video. But do let me know about supplements if you'd like a video on that, because I'd love to do one. So I just love this brush. It was invented by a man called Tim Binnington for his wife who had cancer, I understand. and he wanted a really gentle brush for her, for I guess because she must have been losing her hair, something that wouldn't pull it out. Anyway, I think this is a fantastic brush. It isn't cheap, it's £25, but oh my gosh, it's been so good. Highly recommend the Manta Hairbrush by Tim Binnington, and it's £25. My next favourite product is a Beauty Pie face brush. Now, the reason I love it is because it's beautifully soft. Oh my God, I mean, it couldn't be more soft. Whoa, it's just absolutely lovely. But one of the reasons that I bought this brush, so I can't stop doing it. One of the reasons I bought this brush is because I wanted to try Beauty Pie as a company, and I'd been meaning to try it for a long time, and one of my friends was saying to me, oh, you must try it, it's so good. In fact, she'd actually spoken to Beauty Pie and got a whole list of their products that didn't have any scent in them, because I can't use a product that's scented because I'm allergic. So I thought, finally, I really must bite the bullet, and I really must look into signing up. And I had a good look, and I thought, well, I'm going to start with things that are not skincare, so just to be on the safe side. So I bought a palette from them. What was the other thing I bought? Oh yes, I bought a lipstick, which was the wrong colour, my fault. Felt really nice, but just too orangey for me. And I bought the brush because I was in the market for a brush for powder. So I use this with my face powder, with my lovely ambient lighting powder from Hourglass, which is another fave, but not Summer Fave because I've had it for ages. Anyway, I'm really loving this brush. It is absolutely gorgeous, as I say. I'm gonna stop doing that, Tess. I really love it. I do think it's worth looking into Beauty Pie because, and I do need to investigate it more, and I think there is an option to have a consultation, a free consultation, if you're thinking of joining, or you can do it after you've joined, I guess, because they can talk you through the different products. But the concept is a really great idea, I think, in that you sign up, but you then have access to all these amazing products that you would be paying about 5 times as much for, because the idea is that she's able to cut out the middleman and go straight to the manufacturers or the laboratories to get the products at cost, and then can sell that on at cost, but obviously then she's got the subscription price that you pay on top. Definitely worth checking out. I think there's a £5 a month, £10 a month and so on subscriptions. So really worth checking out if you are interested and in the market for that sort of thing. Highly recommend the All Over Face Powder Brush from Beauty Pie. My next favourite product is, and for these I have to credit Pretty Over 50 and Kimberly. I'll link her channel down below for you if you don't know her, but I'm sure you must do. If you're over 50, you will know Kimberly. She did a little video about things that make things easier for her to do, and one of the things that she mentioned was about washing her face at night or cleansing her face. And oh my lord, it resonated with me so much, because she talked about when she puts her cleanser on and then she rinses it off with her face cloth, the water runs down her arms. Now I know some people might say, well yes, just wring out the cloth, you know, it's ridiculous. But honestly, I completely relate to that, because whenever I do it, the water runs down. Doesn't matter how much I wring the blooming cloth, there's always going to be some drips, and then it gets on your pyjamas or your nightie or whatever, or your dressing gown. So she recommended, I don't think it was these that I'm going to show you, but she recommended putting something on your wrist to stop the water running down. I thought, what a brilliant idea. Toweling wristbands. My lord, it has changed my life in the smallest possible way, but it really has. So what I do is I put these wristbands on my wrists, like so, and I'm not playing tennis, obviously, or doing sport, but then I've got my wristbands, put my cleanser on, get my cloth, wet it, wring it out a bit, but not too much because I don't need to, cleanse my face, my wrists keep beautifully dry, so does my dressing gown. Oh my gosh. And actually I bought it in a little packet, and it comes with this little headband as well, so I can go the full McEnroe. There you go. Honestly, I cannot tell you, it has been so useful. It really has, to have this little kit. I mean, I like the headband anyway, but I could live without it. But the little toweling armbands, or wristbands I should say, have been amazing. And I just bought them off Amazon. They were incredibly cheap. Can't remember the price now, but I'll pop it down below for you. Definitely my summer faves, which I will be taking into autumn and beyond. So the next product I want to talk about is the Gloss Embrace Lip Gloss by Lisa Eldridge. Now I've got a lot of Lisa Eldridge lipsticks. I really love them. And I'd been a bit reluctant to get a lip gloss, but I just thought she brought one out, let's give it a go. This is in the colour Muse, and I'll put a little bit on for you. I haven't got any on at the moment. I think the reason that I was a bit reluctant was because the glistening lip was never something that I particularly loved. Although, actually let me just put a little bit on here. There we are. Although I did used to love a long time ago, probably in the 80s in the 80s I would say, at the Body Shop, they had a fabulous lip gloss by Barbara Daly, who was a makeup artist. I don't know if she's still around, I don't know if she's still working. She was also Princess Diana's makeup artist, I think, or for a while anyway. But she had a range at Body Shop, and one of the lip glosses was a bit like this, so a very natural colour lip. So not really giving your lips much colour, but just making them a bit glossy. This one's got lots and lots of skin-loving properties, by the way, so definitely worth checking them out because it will protect your lips. So if you're not feeling like you want to put lipstick on, so if you're not doing any Zoom calls, for example, or you just want something to hydrate your lips and keep them feeling nice and moist, then this is a great lip colour, and I really like it. I found myself reaching for it on a daily basis, whereas when I first got it I wasn't quite sure whether I wanted that look, but now, and especially because it's making my lips feel so good, so plump and comfortable, I'm reaching for it a lot more. So that's the Lisa Eldridge Gloss Embrace in the colour Muse. We're going to finish off with two products that are not beauty related, or NBR as some people on Facebook in the forums call it. These are NBR products. The first one is Viakal, and this is it. I mean, I don't know why it's taken me so long to use Viakal. Probably all of you have used it before, but it was when I was talking to a friend. I know it sounds a bit sad because we do talk about more interesting things, but I did say to her, I'm trying to clean my bathroom properly and I've got all this sort of gunk around the edges and all this sort of browny, yellowy stuff. How do I get rid of it? And she said, try Viakal. And she told me what to do. She said, get the Viakal, spray it on, leave it for a bit, and then go back and clean it off. Honestly, what a revelation. I now have the cleanest bathroom I have ever had, especially my shower cubicle. So I'm really chuffed about this, and as I say, I only discovered it this summer. I mean, I knew Viakal existed in other forms, but I'd never really understood quite what it did. And I know it's just about removing limescale, but oh my lord, it has made such a difference to my cleaning. But I have become slightly obsessed about a clean bathroom, and Viakal is now my new best friend in the bathroom. So very pleased to recommend Viakal to you all. And finally, we're going to finish off with a bin. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm talking about this, but honestly, this bin, it hasn't changed my life because that would be silly, but it has really streamlined the kitchen. So as you can see from the insert, it's a Brabantia. It's expensive. It's £135 for a bin, which not many people see. Like nobody sees really except me and him indoors. But it is a really well designed bin. So I suppose you've got to buy into recycling, which we do. And what we used to do is we used to have two separate bins, so two thin bins as it were, one for recycling and one for rubbish. We don't have a food collection service here, unfortunately, where I live. But anyway, so we have these two bins, but they were starting to look really tired and rusty and grotty, and the pedals used to fall off all the time, and they were just really a pain. So I hummed and hawed a lot about spending £135 on a bin. But I have to say it was money well spent. So what you've got is you've got two compartments, and you can choose which compartment you want to have your rubbish in and which compartment you want to have your recycling in. And we've gone for the bigger one for the recycling, as I'm sure most people would actually, and the smaller one for the rubbish, because we do try and recycle as much as we can. And you've got these two compartments, so the smaller one and the larger one. You have to get the right bin bag, although I think I bought the wrong size bin bag actually for the smaller one, but it's fine. And then I use another bag which I just get from Amazon, which is recyclable, that goes in the recycled section. And you just pop them in and off you go. And it's really sleek, so it sits very nicely in our kitchen, because we never thought about having an under sink bin and all of that, but I mean, I don't know how useful they are anyway. But so it sits behind the island, which is really good, facing away from, so no one can actually see it, but it's right behind the sink. So, you know, you can face the sink here and then you turn around, the bin's just there. So it works really well. It says that it's for small kitchens, but actually I suppose it's because there's only 2 of us in the house now. I don't know what it'd be like if we were a family, but I really, really love it. And it looks, I mean, it's not a thing of beauty exactly, but in a way it is. I think it looks really sleek and cool, and yeah, I'm really delighted with it. So it's not an over 50 product, I'll give you that. It's not for women over 50, or maybe it is, I don't know. Anyway, I really, really love it. So there you have it. Those are my 10 favourite summer products for the over 50 woman. I really hope you've enjoyed this video as much as I've enjoyed making it and sharing these products with you. And if you have, please consider giving it a good thumbs up, and better yet, subscribing to the channel. And let me know in the comments below, have you tried any of these products and what is your view on them? Have you tried the bin? Have you tried the meatballs? Do let me know, I'd be really interested. So don't forget to subscribe, hit the little notification bell so that you don't miss any of my upcoming uploads, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!